a little week off there, but we're back on track. I'm back on track. As you can see, my background is a little bit different. I have moved to sunny California. It's absolutely beautiful. I love, love, love it. And yeah, but with that comes a lot of transition, a lot of change. And I am in school full time. I'm trying to keep not only on top of my homework, but ahead of my homework. So yeah, there's so many factors at play here. So I just needed a little rest, and thank you for sticking with me. So anyway, we can just dive right in. Today's virtue is dignity. And dignity is defined on the Virtues for Life page as a way of appearing or behaving that suggests seriousness and self-control. So when I read this definition, I was like, okay, of appearing, I think they just, it's kind of like a very general definition here, but that's why we do these deep dives to, just kind of understand the meaning of the word a little bit better. So the idea of dignity, they say it complements honor and respect, and it transcends egoism and selfishness. So, whoa, these are really loaded, right? Like loaded terms. So, right, dignity is more than just appearing. The quote that I gave this week on my Instagram page is an Aristotle quote that can be summarized. I don't know it word for word off the top of my head, but like basically dignity is not something that you possess, it's something that you earn. Right. And I feel like, I don't know, sometimes when I hear the word dignity, I think of like a medieval film or some kind of like, noble Englishman with dignity. But I think it's so much more than that. And it's, you don't have to be a noble, like some person of high position to be a person of dignity. And right, with those compliments, of honor and respect. Once again, these are very powerful words. These words are very charged. The word honor, I do believe that might be a virtue coming up, but we're only in the D's still. We're working our way down the alphabet. But anyway, honor and respect, right? Whoa. Think about the last time, you practiced that actively or saw those words and like resonated with them. I think for me right now, especially the word respect, in our very fragile world, I think that is such a strong word to hold on to is respect. I think everybody's kind of on this like, right, we're ultra sensitive right now. Everybody's super sensitive, and understandably enough, there's so much going on that, it's kind of hard to know when to have your defenses up and when to not. But in order to kind of feel confident in the defenses that you put up, it's more about having respect for the people around you. This term has less to do with let's relate it to me because I'm me and I know me. So I feel like I can relate this word, more to how I relate to the world as opposed to how the world relates to me. Like I would rather, or it's like the whole concept of like you reap what you sow. So if I'm going to give respect to people in the world, chances are I'm going to receive that in return. If I'm going to be a person of dignity in the world, if I'm going to carry myself with confidence and respect for other people, well, you may not always see that in return, but I know I can move through life with a sense of confidence and ease because I am a person of dignity, or at least I'm trying to be. I'm actively trying to implement dignity as a way of life, as a virtue in my life, which is why we're here. So yeah, and then let's kind of talk about the negative aspects here too of like egoism and selfishness. And, we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. But, I think it's super easy to, especially with the online world, like the amount of times I get really, I'm not wearing any makeup right now. Well, a little bit of mascara, but right. Ego is how we wish to be perceived in the world. It's how we want ourselves to, be projected into the world, how we hope people see us. And it has to do with status and all the other kind of superficial things that we cling on to, but really those are the things that we can't take with us in the end, you know. I think there's a great quote by Maya Angelou of something along the lines of, you know, basically at the end of your life, people are not going to remember you for what you had or you know, what you did. They're going to remember you for how you made them feel and how you treated them. And dignity really aligns with this. If you can overcome selfishness, you know, like there's a certain extent to which tongue-tied. There's a certain extent to which selfishness is, you know, acceptable. It's called boundaries. You know, you don't want to necessarily be like an open book for all the world to see, because you have to be protective, and there are, you know, people who will mooch and suck off your energy. But, right. I mean, overcoming that idea of, how do I need to be? My allergies are insane right now too. You should see the garden behind this window. It's crazy, but it's very, a lot's going on up here. Pardon my sniffles. Anyway, right. This idea of selfishness, of, you know, kind of putting yourself before others. A good example of this, I mean, like, I am one of those people when I'm driving. I drive like a 95-year-old woman, and I drive slow. I always let people in. I always let people pass if they're using blinkers, like if they give me signal enough to do so. But I think simple gestures like that, or letting somebody, opening the door for somebody, or, you know, giving someone your place in line, or so, if you can see that they're maybe elderly, or if they've been on their feet, or they're a tired mom or single dad or something, you know, sacrificing your luxury, your me first kind of mentality is a form of embodying dignity. It's a way of embodying dignity, right? You're surrendering your ego of like, I deserve this. Like, you know, entitlement is another huge thing right now. With everything being like online, there's all this instant gratification, or the idea rather that we need things right away. Well, like, maybe what did you do to earn that thing? What did you do to, you know, what work did you put in? Like that quote that I mentioned on my Instagram post of like, you know, dignity is earned, it's not possessed, right? Or I guess it's not possessed until it's earned. And also it's kind of like, you are awarded it. You don't take dignity. You're granted dignity by Great Spirit, whatever you conceive that to be, or by your fellow peers and your friends and your family, the people whose opinion matters most to you, is you know, that's who grants dignity unto you. And I can say, you know, like I can say that I'm a person of dignity and fully feel it. But once again, like I said, we have to be able to practice those compliments of that word, of honor and respect. You know, are you respecting your fellow neighbor, your human being, despite their, you know, beliefs or where they come from, their background, their gender, their identity? Just let it all go. It's called respect for your fellow human being. You know, I had a good friend once tell me, like, you know, X amount of years from now, we're going to have to be accepting people who are, you know, like hybrids of half animal, half human. Like, we're about to go to Mars, for crying out loud. We have to get to the point of transcending this need for, or rather, transcending disrespect, transcending ego of thinking that we're better than everybody else, you know, by understanding that we play our own role. You know, and there is always going to be greater and lesser persons than ourselves. If we didn't have lesser persons than ourselves, we wouldn't have people to help or people to compare or be grateful for the position that we're in. If we didn't have people greater than ourselves, what would we have as a goal to work towards? You know, like, that's okay that there are people greater and lesser than us. It doesn't mean you're better than those people or worse than those people. It's about who you are as a person. You can be, you know, a flippin' millionaire and be the biggest jerk in the world, and you can be living off of, you know, scraps, whatever, you know, and squalor, and be the most generous, kind-hearted person in the world with more dignity than you could imagine. And it's all about, you know, how you relate to the world. As I said, to kind of wrap it back here, connect the dots, is dignity has less to do with, you know, you being granted dignity or how I perceive myself. And it's how you are living your life, how you are putting yourself out into the world. It's how the world is perceiving you. Are you a person of dignity? Do you respect your friends, your family, your neighbors, everybody around you? It doesn't matter if they don't, if they don't have respect in their heart, that's out of your control. It's within your control to embody dignity, your very best, and to have respect for those people. And whenever I say my little prayers, I'm not a religious person. I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here, but I'm not a religious person, but I'm very spiritual. And I do believe that having just a sense of spirituality. I mean, that's kind of if you're watching these videos, you probably do too, because virtues have been associated with, religion and spirituality in the past. But I'm kind of trying to transcend that idea and bring just a sense of spirit into the world, right? Like, I don't know, do you believe, or do you experience moments of like synchronicity, of kind of little magical moments? I'll dive into mine later, but because I've had a few moments in my life where I'm like, there is no other explanation other than something magical and intangible, right? So I'm getting ethereal and existential here, but that's why we're here, right? So yes, dignity, embodying honor and respect, transcending egoism and selfishness, being selfless, being a good-hearted human being is the seed of earning the title of a person of dignity. So thank you so much, you guys. And as always, if you liked this video, remember to press the little like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share this video with a friend, because it really helps my channel grow. And I feel like these are things that we can all, these are just ways that these virtues are little thoughts, ideas that we can help relate a little bit more positively to the world around us. So thank you so much. I will see you guys next week for our next virtue. Until then, have a beautiful week, and go ahead and comment. Let me know if this resonates with you. And yes, see you next week. Mwah.